Hey leaders, thank you for leading this Sunday, Memorial Day weekend, May 26th, I believe. We are coming into the closing for our First John series. We're in chapter 5. We'll be going through verses 1 through 12 this week. Talked a lot about who Jesus is. That essentially if we don't believe he's actually God, then we're not Christians, right? There's an essential belief there, right? That Jesus is God. Jesus is God's son. They're all the same, all of this stuff. And then it'll go a little bit into water, spirit, and blood. And that those are the testifiers from Jesus's life to who he is. So we will have readers read through the passage at the beginning. Then we're going to teach kind of a fill in the blank kind of deal so that they're looking at that passage and filling out the words, and then kind of discuss through that process. And then for your application activities, we're going to have a beach ball, keep it up game. There are some true false statements that Nikki has written up about Jesus, about what we believe about Jesus. And so they will hold the ball. And when you pull one out of the bag and read it, if it's a true statement, they're going to bounce the ball around, count how many times they keep it up. If it's a false statement, they're going to keep the ball. They're going to hold on to it, not bounce it around. That's not a truth that we want to pass around, right? And then your discussion questions. Why is it such a big deal that we believe that Jesus is God's son, that he is God? What changes if that's not true? All right. And then for our other group, because we're going to be talking about water, spirit, blood, they're going to do a watercolor resist painting, I believe in red to represent the red, and it's a dove to represent spirit. There'll be watercolor painting because water, and it'll be in red to represent the blood. So for your younger kids, Miss Nikki has already used the white crayon and traced the dove, so those are ready to go. For the bigger kids, she found a dove that was light printed like this so that they can just trace it with the white crayon as well. And then when they paint, they'll paint the entire page that red. It'll probably turn out more pink over the entire page, and it will not stick where there's white crayon. So that's the watercolor resist. So it should be a fun Sunday. And we look forward to seeing you guys. Discussion questions for that group are, why do you think these 3 things were proof that Jesus is God, God's son? And why do you think it's a big deal to believe that? And again, what changes if we don't believe that? What changes if we don't think that's true? So thank you for leading. See you Sunday.